Coming up on Discover Oklahoma, a corner pub with craft everything, mocktails not just for kids, a favorite resort and spa comeback, a new reason to visit an old favorite, taking soap to a whole new level, and a beer garden for the whole family. Come with us to Discover Oklahoma. Hi, I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dino Lalli. Welcome to the Red Rooster in Oklahoma City's Paseo District.
This is an old classic neighborhood tavern that's had quite the rebirth.
The world of craft cocktails has become so much more fun and interesting to come spend an afternoon or maybe an evening at a pub or a tavern like the Red Rooster.
And that's true even if you don't drink. Today we're going to sample some craft beverages, hot and cold, that anyone can enjoy.
Andrea and Eric are now preparing our first mocktail cocktails, as a matter of fact.
So this is a take on a daiquiri. It's spiced up for fall. We use Maggie's Farm rum. It's a really great small batch rum aged for 3 years. Do 2 ounces of that. Then we put some lime juice in it. And we make our own, all of our own syrups in-house. So the next thing he's going to add to that is our spiced pear syrup. I'm going to shake it up for us. And then top it with some cinnamon. So obviously this is not a mocktail, this has got some rum in there. And then we'll do a version that is non-alcoholic. The Autumn Sonata.
All right.
It's got some rum in it. And then we've got a non-alcoholic version.
Okay.
It's a kind of a take on hot toddy. Okay. So no alcohol, but it's got a lot of spice to it.
All right.
Okay.
Can't wait to try it. Ooh, I love that lemon.
You can taste the rum. I like the cinnamon. That really adds a nice little touch to it.
This is nice because it's getting a little cooler, and so a little hot drink is nice.
And the lime. I can taste the lime too. Very tasty. Nice little Autumn Sonata is singing very well tonight, if you know what I mean.
From craft beverages now to craft soaps and body products. Our next destination whips up their own inventive recipes that are good for you and for the environment. Shelly Mills and videographer Chris Cook take us to Local Lather in Oklahoma City.
This kitchen is hopping with activity, mixers running and molds being filled, but there's no baking happening here. This is Local Lather's Soap Kitchen, where owner Meg Reinhardt's bubbly personality truly shines.
My favorite scent in the whole company, if I had to choose just one. People ask me this a lot, and it's so hard because I love them all for different reasons.
There are candles, body butters, facial and body oils, bath fizz, and so much more. But the bar soaps are Local Lather's shining stars.
That is still our flagship item. It's still our baby, and it's still made very similar to how I made it when I first started my business.
These brightly colored bars are all mixed right here. The final products look and smell wonderful, with scents like date night, lemongrass, and starburst, to name a few. Meg has thoughtfully sourced all of the ingredients, even down to the glitter, which is environmentally friendly.
When you come in, you can see where and how we're making it. There's nothing. We want to show you everything. We want to show you all of our raw ingredients, all of our finished products.
Meg and her crew are always mixing up something new at the shop at Northwest 41st and Western Avenue. But this store is not just for shopping. Local Lather can also be a fun spot for events. Birthday parties, bridal showers, or work gatherings can all reserve a time to come in and create their own products. So back to Meg's favorite. It's a hard choice, but
my go-to is lavender mint because it's like a spa in a bar. To me, that scent is just both calming and relaxing and grounding, but it's also invigorating because it has a touch of mint in it.
With so many to choose from, you're sure to find one you love too. In Oklahoma City, I'm Shelly Mills for Discover Oklahoma.
You can find the lowdown on Local Lather at travelok.com, Local Lather, and plan your visit or event.
Local Lather is just a few miles from here where we are today at the Red Rooster, so you could make a daycation of it. A little shopping at Local Lather and then a little sipping here at Red Rooster.
Daycation, I like it. And you know, sometimes just a day away from it all can make a big difference. And up next, we're excited to take you to a beloved getaway where you will want to spend at least a day. The Canebrake in Wagoner is back.
Plus, a treasured Oklahoma art museum offers an absolutely absorbing exhibit that will tantalize all your senses.
And I'll take you to my hometown for craft beverages and delicious food in a family-friendly environment. We'll be right back.
There are some things you just can't contain. Oklahoma Today magazine is bursting with culture. Mind-blowing restaurants, trips, adventures, and so much more. Open your copy, then hit the open road. Unleash your curiosity. Set your spirit free. Subscribe today for only $14.95. Oklahoma Today magazine. Break through the ordinary.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We are at the Red Rooster in Oklahoma City checking out craft beverages for drinkers and non-drinkers.
Artistic takes on cocktails and mocktails have taken what was once a drinkers-only, adults-only scene and turned it into something more comfy and home-like.
And our next destination is both of those things. Oklahomans were crushed when the Canebrake in Wagoner closed down in 2016. But it's open again under new ownership. Aaron Christie and videographer Chris Cook paid a visit to this unique Oklahoma destination.
In the backwoods and through the arch, there's a place not quite like anything else in Oklahoma. It's called the Canebrake, a 310-acre resort and retreat outside of Wagoner that will take your breath away. That's what happened to real estate investor Doug Jackson. The new co-owner thought he was just looking at another property.
Get out here, and just the minute you turn down the road to come down, you know, the aproned road, tree-covered road, kind of sets the tone and the vibe for everything. You get out here and you just can't help but see this is just a special property.
The award-winning Canebrake originally opened in 2007 as a luxury resort and spa with country views. The abrupt closure in 2016 was upsetting to regulars Carl and Molly Myers.
It had been closed for so many years, and it's just wonderful that Doug and Michelle have taken it over, and they're doing this wonderful thing with it, growing it and putting it back in order.
We cried. We were beyond excited.
Yeah.
It's important to Doug that the Canebrake has the same feel people know and love. There's still a full-service spa offering massage and other services with 7 rooms, and the upscale restaurant features favorites like a filet with baked potato or grilled salmon. Delane Yaley and Myrna Smith are here for a spa weekend.
We've been here multiple times with groups of people, and it's nice because you can have a cabin and everybody can have their own. You can have time together, and the restaurant's wonderful, and the bar and the chocolate martinis at the end of the night are heavenly.
Fitness enthusiasts have always loved the yoga barn, and it's here to stay as well. But the new co-owner does want to put his own touches on the place, like pickleball courts and eventually yurts along the 1,300 feet of shoreline.
The newest addition isn't at the main house, but around the corner in a barn where they plan to host events like live music.
No judge, no jury, no committee, no fury.
The night we stopped by, family and friends hung out under the strung lights, played a little cornhole, ate food, and listened to the popular Red Dirt Rangers. Afterwards, guests can always head back to the cabin for a night's stay, decked out with upscale amenities. Love the outdoors? The property has miles of walking or hiking trails, mountain bikes are available to use, and there are several fishing ponds. The Canebrake is also pet-friendly. Don't forget to say hi to Caney, the resort mascot.
You know, you come out here and you're just far enough away from everything that you have time to unwind before you get out here, and it's beautiful. There are more deer than people out here. There are eagles nesting nearby. There are pelicans flying around, hummingbirds. I mean, it's an incredible place to just come breathe and refresh and enjoy a wonderful meal in the meantime.
The posh resort offerings you'd find in the city snuggled into the country. It doesn't get more best of both worlds than that. In Wagoner, at the Canebrake, I'm Erin Christie for Discover Oklahoma.
Plan your getaway at the Canebrake for dinner, yoga, a concert, or an overnight at travelok.com/Canebrake.
Craft beers are also taking Oklahoma by storm,
with more than 60 breweries popping up all around the state. Come with me and videographer Tommy Evans to my hometown of McAlester to one very family-friendly destination, the BierKraft Brewery. Call it chemistry, call it magic. The brewing process has always impressed me.
It's fascinating because it's a marriage of art and science. The art of brewing, same as winecraft, was developed through trial and error.
As BierKraft continues to win awards, the verdict is in. The owners are all guilty of having a passion for creating a tasty mix of memorable brews, but they also wanted to generate something else.
One of the big things that we all wanted to do with this project was create a culture that we've experienced.
Those experiences from traveling domestically and internationally allowed them to observe the communal side of the German beer culture. Breweries in that country are places for families to enjoy, and that's what they have created here at BierKraft.
It is a great place to bring the family. It's a very nice, friendly environment. Great adult beverages and root beer and we love the pretzels. We love the pretzels.
There's 5 families involved with this project, and all of us have kids. So that was a big deal for us when we opened up. It's just like, it's not gonna be a bar atmosphere. We're gonna have our kids, we're gonna have our family. They're gonna be playing outside, we're gonna play with them. So, you know, we've got the beer garden back there. We've got cornhole, we've got bocce. We've got a variety of board games to play over there. We've got the arcade.
I usually come here on Wednesdays with my parents because they like to come here and play bingo and have a few drinks. And the people here are always a blast.
You feel like you're in someone's backyard just chilling.
You can also find non-alcoholic options for everyone. They have delicious homemade root beer and lemonade. But it is a brewery after all, so there is a refreshing selection of beers, all a delectable model of balance and integration, delicious without being extravagant. In other words, pretty darn tasty for the world's most celebrated drink.
We have the Kolsch beer that ranges from Cologne, Germany, and then the Hefeweizen, which is our other flagship.
They also have an IPA on tap that rotates with other seasonals. Of course, food goes well with a good brew, so you can get something to eat from pretzels, brats, and hot dogs. BierKraft also puts on several events which offer specialty created beers. But you can enjoy the jovial atmosphere here any time of the year because there's always something good brewing.
We've got 9 taps on right now, and we've got a little something for everybody.
All that's missing is you. You can get the suds on BierKraft Brewery in McAlester at travelok.com/BierKraft, and that's BierKraft.
That looked like a really fun place, Dino.
It does have that old world beer garden feel to it. I will be going back.
Well, coming up, we're going to continue our exploration of craft cocktails and mocktails here at the Red Rooster in Oklahoma City's Paseo District.
What's inside our free Oklahoma travel guide? Artistry for all 5 senses, magic around every bend, and powerful waves of inspiration. Order or download yours at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We are enjoying some great tasting craft beverages here at the Red Rooster in OKC.
All right, Andrea, what do we have this time?
Yeah, so now we're going to show you a little bit more of our mocktail. This one is based off of a cocktail called Sage It Ain't So, but the mocktail is the apothecary. So he started with some lemon juice and some grapefruit, and then he's going to add our house-made Sage Simple. We use fresh sage from our garden, and then he's going to top it with, then he's going to take the thyme and muddle it into the juices and the simple. And then I have made the actual alcoholic Sage It Ain't So. It's got gin, herbaceous amaro in it, and then lemon juice and our Sage Simple as well. So after he muddles that, he's going to top it with tonic. A little sage on there. And that's that.
All right.
So we've got the apothecary.
Okay.
sage it ain't so. All right, now it's a cold
I
drink.
love the name.
Cheers.
Yes, thank you.
Go. Ooh, I like the acidity of all of the grapefruit and the lemon. But you can really taste the sage too.
The sage comes through really, really well. This is just smooth. I'm sorry. That's just, at the end of the day, it's a very smooth drink.
There's so much reinvention going on everywhere, finding new ways to enjoy classic tastes, and it's true in art as well. Deanne Stein and videographer Tommy Evans take us to the Fred Jones Museum of Art on the OU campus, where a collaboration with Factory Obscura has created an entirely new type of art experience.
The colorful entrance quickly draws you in.
I want them to walk in the front and say, wow.
That's the reaction we saw as people arrived during the opening of this new experience at the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art.
Synesthesia is not your typical art museum experience. You are invited to touch and interact and explore.
Interactive art for all of the senses, created by Factory Obscura, an Oklahoma City-based company that creates immersive art experiences.
It really is a full sensory experience.
Factory Obscura's team of more than 20 artists drew inspiration from the work of Alinka Hardy, whose pieces are among the museum's permanent collection.
Though her work, some of it is close to 100 years old now, it still feels very fresh and relevant and modern, and it has a lot of qualities that we see in our own work as well.
Artists took those qualities to envision a blueprint for the design.
Her work is very geometric and a lot of layering, and it's that the entry area is like that.
We wanted to see what it would be like to take her work and imagine it in three-dimensional form, like what exists between all of those layers in her paintings.
And here is the result, a journey through layers of textures and colors. I walked through this brilliant blue tunnel embellished with lights and sounds, and out to the fuzzy trees, my personal favorite, adorned with handmade geometric designs. And the best part, going inside for this surprise, a beautiful rotating kaleidoscope.
I do think that the little crawl-through space is very reminiscent of playing as a child, you know, in a little playhouse area or something, a little attic that you had set up for yourself at home.
As you walk through the exhibit, each piece is designed to really open up your senses and allow you to discover each color through touch, sound, sight, and even smell.
We started with the color palette, and then we kind of gave those colors personalities. You know, what does yellow sound like, and what does it smell like, and what kind of outfits would yellow wear, and things like that. And the more we talked about them, the more life that they had.
The exhibit is like a playground designed for people of all ages and abilities. And yes, I'm still playing.
I can't wait to bring my grandkids here. I have 5 grandkids, ages 7 to 18 months, and I think they would love this.
Even the artists on the project enjoyed experiencing their work with friends and family.
I would suggest that people don't just come once. It's because they're going to see something different the next time than when they come this time.
We hope that it takes you out of your everyday for a few minutes and allows you to experience some wonder and joy for a little while.
Before you leave, visit the temporary pop-up shop full of original pieces by local artists and plenty of Factory Obscura merchandise. At the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art in Norman, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
Plan your visit to the Factory Obscura exhibit at the Fred Jones Museum today, since you only have until June 23rd. That'll be here before we know it. Go to travelok.com/Fred Jones to link up to the museum.
You know, this is so relaxing, and to be honest, this isn't something that I usually do, so it's nice to realize that I can go out with my husband or my friends and enjoy a nice mocktail.
It's also good for moms-to-be and designated drivers, too. Coming up, we're headed to a restaurant in Edmond by the people who created the popular Eddie's.
It's another great place to enjoy a cozy spot with great food and craft beverages. Discover Oklahoma. We'll be right back.
The free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide is your North Star, lighting your way to jaw-dropping beauty and heart-pumping adventure. Order or download yours today at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma and the Red Rooster in Oklahoma City's Paseo District.
We've been sampling their great craft cocktails and mocktails. All of these tasty and inventive beverages make this place fun for drinkers and non-drinkers alike to sip and relax.
And to snack. I mean, they brought us this wonderful charcuterie board, and by the way, everything except the cheese, which is locally sourced, everything is done in-house here, from the pickles, the dressing here, the onions, the pate. I can't wait to partake.
Me too. And Andrea and Eric, we have our next cocktail mocktail duo coming up.
Yes, so right now he's making something we're really known for is old fashions. And this is our fall version of it, of course. It's a chai old fashioned. So we start with bourbon, and then he adds our house-made chai simple, a little of dram allspice liqueur, and this is our cardamom bitters, tiny bit of orange bitters, and then we're gonna stir that and pour it over ice. It's kind of hard to make an old-fashioned mocktail, so we are going to serve this delicious house-made apple cider. We spiced it up with a little of that same cardamom bitters, and then just kind of put a little orange peel in it, and there you go.
All right, so this is mulled cider.
Yep, our house spice, and then we've got our chai old-fashioned.
Chai old-fashioned. This will be a first time for me.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Christmas in a cup.
Oh my goodness. This is every day in a cup right here. There are more and more places offering craft beverages, including one Quinn Tran and Tommy Evans settled up into Edmond. It's called the Lounge Kitchen and Cocktails.
Traveling towards Edmond, Oklahoma, the lounge sits right off of Route 66.
We are the first restaurant coming off the highway, so you don't really have to go in town. You can get off and get on.
Eddie Wren opened the Lounge Craft Kitchen and Cocktails. It's a family-owned and operated restaurant that's upscale yet very mellow.
Kind of a modern vibe restaurant that was relaxed. So you can come in here in a polo, you can come in here in a hooded sweatshirt, or you can come in here, you know, in a suit after, you know, on the way to a nice date. So I want to create a place that was less kind of stuffy, but you want to catch up with some old friends and sit here for hours in an environment where the music's kind of in the background versus the foreground.
He designed the restaurant from memories of his childhood, family gatherings in the basement in upstate New York. From the furniture to the framed items on the walls, everything dates back to a time and story. He also pays tribute to his grandfather, Eddie Wren I.
He was my idol, and so him and my Uncle Lane, they ran a wholesale florist in upstate New York, and on the side we ran food carts. So now I have a food truck, and it kind of reminds me of like back in the day when food carts became modern day food trucks.
Eddie says the lounge is a true scratch kitchen, no freezer, no microwave. The fresh food is prepared and cooked day of, by hand.
The day I stop cooking my own ribs or chopping my own lettuce, I'll get out of the business. I wanted to focus in on 14 items. We have weekly chef specials. We have some signature stuff. Our duck, it's phenomenal. I hand cut most of the steaks. Josh Raines is our executive chef. He is awesome at cutting steaks, so I learn a little bit from him too. We take the whole loin, we cut our tomahawks, we cut our fillets. The interesting thing is with the ribeye and the fillet, we have extra left over. So we'll take the trim, we call it, and that becomes our burger. We have a killer burger.
Open in 2021, the lounge already has a following. The regulars love coming here for the cozy environment, the conversations, and the food that's cooked from scratch.
Everything's great. Anything I've tried here has been fabulous. So whether it be an appetizer or a main dish, everything's great.
I think everything is seasoned really well and just really has a lot of flavor. But then the entrees and the salads, all the ingredients are really fresh and just they're kind of unique, and they put their own flair on it.
Like the hash browns, I would definitely recommend those. They're really good, they're really filling. And the duck, I really like the duck.
Must eat would be Chilean sea bass. If you've had our Chilean sea bass, it's one of my favorite. It's not huge, but it's really rich. Our portions are pretty big for what you get here though, because it's Oklahoma. And you're gonna get homemade mashed potatoes, I guarantee you that here.
Even the cocktails at the bar are uniquely mixed. The lounge is open to 18 and older, and reservations are highly recommended. That's because tables are taken up fast, as well as the homemade desserts. In Edmond, Oklahoma, Quintran for Discover Oklahoma.
You can find the Lounge, Kitchen, and Cocktails in Edmond on our state tourism website, travelok.com/thelounge.
And while you're there, be sure and click on the brochures tab and order your free copy of the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide. It features hundreds of great Oklahoma eateries, and they'll send it straight to your door for free.
We are so appreciative of the folks here at the Red Rooster in Oklahoma City for taking us on this craft beverage odyssey today.
And you can find them at travelok.com/theredrooster.
And you know, Dino, as a non-drinker, I don't do this, but now I feel like I can go out and figure out how to order a mocktail and enjoy it.
Just do a little bit of homework and everyone can have a wonderful time.
That's right.
And we want to thank you for joining us this time. So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.